Great awakening, light lords, and grand rising to those who have not yet awoken to the fact that everything you do, you set an example for everyone else. Everything that you see, you are making everyone else see that, and everything that you think of, you are connecting with people or a situation that is within that thought, within this realm, that is based around that thought within this realm. Everything that happens in life, period, is basically a reflection of everything else that happens. This is why we call it the collective consciousness. And we call it this because everyone that's conscious of everything that's going on, everyone that's conscious, what you are aware of, what the individuals are collectively aware of, is what determines what happens in civilization, in human civilization. If we were more aware of the things that happen within the cosmos and on this planet and in each one of our lives, then we will be able to understand each other more, and we would in turn be able to care for each other in the specific ways we need to care for one another, and we'll be able to connect to one another in the ways that we need to connect. We must realize that everything in this reality is fractal. Everything's reality is a puzzle piece to the next piece, and all of those pieces are infinite, and we are constantly expanding and progressing through different states of consciousness. What we must realize is that whatever you do, whatever I do, I'm setting an example for the rest of humanity to do. I'm setting an example for the rest of my brothers and sisters. Whatever I do, say, think, feel, I am making, I am forcing other beings to do the same, regardless if they want to do it or not. Because each conscious mind expresses something, expresses thoughts, feelings, and actions. Those thoughts, feelings, and actions expressed cyclically or repeatedly makes an imprint on the subconscious mind, which is basically the 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 programs, all of the programs around us that we may or may not be consciously aware of. And that imprint causes a fluctuation of waves. If you study quantum physics, and I recommend you do, that will in turn become particles because they will eventually be observed by a conscious mind, another conscious mind. You, as a conscious individual, you have the power to recreate all of reality, just yourself, just your conscious mind. Because truly, and if you study quantum physics, which I recommend you do, you will know that you are the only consciousness that exists. There is only consciousness, and there are different states of that consciousness. And some states of consciousness are not aware of others. And that is what makes up basically the subconscious mind and the unconscious mind. We must realize that what one person does, it, it, it in turn makes other people do it. No matter what you do. No matter what you do, whether it's subjective or it's in line with objective facts, you are automatically going to align with and make other people do it. People are going to see you, and they are going to take that as an example for how they should live. People are going to see what you teach, and they are going to take that as an example for what they should learn and what they should integrate into their own minds and think upon on a daily basis. Some people say we take life, some people say that, a lot of people take life too seriously. I say that you should take it seriously. You should take it very seriously. You should take it so serious in every aspect. Whether you're trying to get something accomplished, whether you're doing your best to get something accomplished, like a certain task that's, or like a life or death situation or anything like that. And even when it comes to joking and playing around and being happy and stuff like that, you should take that serious as well. You should take everything in life serious because it's your life. And there is only life. Okay? And that only life is your life. Without your experience, this reality would not be here. Your eyes not only receive information, your eyes project information. All of your senses, they do not only take in electromagnetic signals, they also express and project them onto the quantum field of reality, the quantum waves. And when you observe, or when you observe something to study it and see intricate details in it, that is when that thing, those waves collapse and they materialize into experiences, situations, people, places, and things, particles, atoms. You see, atoms, atom comes from the waters of Nu, or the waters of none. All of these African American people, everybody, that looks like me or whatever, that's in the ghettos or in the hood or whatever you want to call it, we have shortened the word nothing to none for a reason. When we speak Ebonics, Ebonics is Ebonics for a reason. Ebonics is taking the English language and making it an ancient language, reverting it back to an ancient language, shortening terms and definitions for us to more easily and more readily communicate with one another, for us to more easily transfer information, loads of information, in shorter sentences, in shorter words. So when we say no thing, we can break down that etymologically. The no thing is to know a thing, period, at the same time. Because if you know everything, then you know nothing. Because everything will be nothing. And when you try to look into details, and when you look within the illusion of separation, that's when things become something. Because it's just some of the thing that is no thing. It's some of it. It's some of no thing. It's a summation. It's a fractal summation of a piece of no thing, which is everything. Those who are genetically ready to hear this information, those who are genetically open to this information, are the only ones that are going to understand. But in order for that information to actually get to them, we must put it out. We must express ourselves. We must utilize the information that we have unlocked within our DNA and express it out to others. Express it out to the collective consciousness using these devices that we have, this phone and the internet, and just going, walking around and conversing with people and opening your mind to connect with people like you. And people that may be willing to learn it if they do not already know it. Expressing this information, looking into the details. When you look into the details, those particles collapse, and those experiences must happen. When you are going through situations that you don't understand, when you go through situations that you feel you may be suffering in, you may be having pain in, it is because you are not aware of what's actually going on. You are not aware of yourself. We must study ourselves. We must know ourselves first before anything, before any subjective thing. Because once we study ourselves subjectively, we will find out that objectively we are everything. John Mashak is here to live out and teach higher wisdom as an example for the collective consciousness. And this is why. Because John Mashak knows that he is actually everything objectively. But John Mashak also knows that subjectively and within the illusion of separation and going into the details, that his purpose is to help others to see that we are all connected. And the only way we will see that we are all connected and utilize the illusion of separation for what it is, for objectivity, and to have that balance and that clarity, is for us to look into details of ourselves and why we are around each other, why we should be connected with one another, why we react to certain things, what energies we are composed of, and how we should use those energies to benefit each other and be the puzzle pieces that we need to be to complete this infinite picture of growth and betterment. Open your mind. See that without you, there is no thing. Without you, your consciousness, you cannot experience this realm. With your consciousness, other parts of you can be like you. Our primary purpose is to grow and better the collective consciousness, the minds of all of the beings that are consciously aware of being in this reality, so that we can become more aware of the finite details that connect us all, so that we can replicate this consciousness throughout the cosmos. Once this consciousness is replicated throughout the cosmos, we won't have to be in confusion about everything about the situation we're in. We'll be able to consciously control each situation that we're in by controlling ourselves, and by in turn controlling our environments, and by in turn bringing the kingdom of heaven as above so below, as it is on earth, as shall it be in heaven, and as it is in heaven shall it be on earth, as the ancients say. I love myself, family. Peace and prosperity to all the gods walking earth. Shout out to Carbon Nation, Gagutians, and of course my Light Lords. Peace.